So today we are going to speak about the growing tension of the India and Canada relation as well as the Khalistani movement. Recently, you all have heard about the news of growing tension between the relationship of India and Canada, and all this is because of the Khalistani movement which is spreading in the Canada. Now we are going to completely explain, starting from how the Khalistani movement started and how recently the India and Canada relationship is deteriorating day by day, and what is going to occur in the future. So we are going to completely explain the events as well as the all the details about this issue. So basically, the Khalistani movement started just after the independence of India in 1947. After India got independence in 1947, it got divided into two countries. One is Pakistan and one is India. Basically, the Punjab region of India, which consists of majorly Sikh population, demanded their own. Some of the separatists in the Punjab demanded their own state to be formed, which is also known as the Khalistan. That means the land of Khalsa, also known as the land of Khalsa. So basically, there is no particular geographical division like what should be the geographical division of the Khalistan. Some claims that the Punjab state of India should be a separate country named Khalistan, and some also claim that the Khalistan region also includes the northern states of India like the Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, also some parts of the Pakistan like the Lahore. So there are various claims of the geographical distribution of the new country that they are trying to form, that is Khalistan. Now, from that time, the Khalistani movement started, and it got prominent during the 1970s 80s period when Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India. During that time, there was a Khalistani. You might have heard about this news that there was a Khalistani separatist who was residing inside the Golden Temple, carrying weapons as well as his supporters. So Indira Gandhi, in order to remove these militants, she ordered he also carried out an army operation inside the Golden Temple, due to which most of the Sikh community got triggered and got angry upon Indira Gandhi, and which resulted in killing of Indira Gandhi by her own Sikh bodyguards. So basically, from that time, India after the death of the Indira Gandhi, the Indian government carried out an mass operation against the Sikh militants. In order, most of these militants were jailed, were kept in prison, and during that time, most of these separatists got fled to the different parts of the world, including the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. You might be surprisingly know that the total population of the Sikh in the world is about 1.3 billion, and out of which only 2% of the Sikhs reside in India, and rest of these reside in different parts of the world. So now, when the separatists got to different countries, most of them had went to Canada and got citizenship in Canada by displaying themselves as the oppressed minority community. They got citizenship in the Canada. So then, after the Khalistani movement got prominent in the Canada, when this Indian separatist, when the Sikh community separatist started campaign or started anti-Indian slogan demanding a separate nation named Khalistan in the Canada. Even you have heard that one of the air Boeing flight got bomb blast in Canada during the 1980s, carrying out to 327 passengers, and all of them were completely dead. And this violent activity was carried out by the Sikh militants. We have heard about various news about how the Sikh militants were carried out various violent operations across the various parts of the world, as well as anti-Indian slogans. Now, recently, what happened that the relationship between the India and Canada got deteriorated. So we want to discuss about that. Recently, we heard about the various news in Canada where this separatist movement increasing day by day. Various activists, Khalistani, I should not call them activists. I should call them terrorists, because the activities that they were carrying out is no less than that of a terrorist. They are carrying out banners in the Canada. Basically, they are carrying out banners which criticizes the government of India, which they are also displaying the photos of our prime minister, of our home minister, as well as the Indian diplomats living in the Canada, demanding their death, which is uh, which is I think a criminal activity, like targeting another country's prime minister. I think it is not good, and the Canada government is also not taking any step in order to control these activists. India, the New Delhi has sent various notices to the government of Canada to take strict action in order to uh, control these activities that are anti-Indian activities that are going on in the Canada. But however, there is no proper there is no strict action that is taken by the government of Canada till now, and they are also supporting this movement by saying that uh, every citizen of the Canada have the right of free speech and expression, so they are allowed to speak any negativity and anti-national things about any of the countries. Recently, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, visited India during the G20 summit, in which he had also a bilateral talk with our Prime Minister Narendra Modi about this issue. And our Prime Minister also informed him about this event. But however, Justin Trudeau is supporting the Khalistani movement himself. Now, I will also going to say about why he is supporting. Is he genuinely supporting, or there are some certain circumstances which is making him to support the Khalistani movement? So I'm completely going to explain this. Basically, the growing tension between the India and Canada relationship recently got deteriorated or negatively affected due to the killing of an Sikh activist, Khalistani separatist named Hardeep Singh Nijjar. So basically, Hardeep Singh is Nijjar was a Canadian citizen who fled from India to Canada by showing himself as the oppressed minority community, but actually he was an Khalistani separate, got married to a Canadian woman in order to get the permanent citizenship of Canada. He was rejected twice, denied twice to be allocated the visa, the citizenship of Canada. In order to get citizenship, he followed an illegal way, that is marrying a Canadian citizen and to get the permanent citizenship. So recently, he was murdered in Canada. Basically, no one knows who killed him, because there are also various gang wars going between the Canada, between various gangs. But however, the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, in its parliament session, directly targeted upon our Prime Minister Narendra Modi and our raw agent, and said that India government is responsible for killing Hardeep Singh Nijjar. He also claims that Indian government is responsible for killing an Canadian citizen in its own soil, which is directly targeting the sovereignty of a country. But he does not have any evidence. He's saying that there are evidence which he will show in the future. But at that point where he was claiming that India and India's raw is responsible for the killing of Hardeep Singh, he does not have any proper evidence, and he is directly targeting the supreme of a nation, our prime minister, without any proper evidence. I think it is very much irresponsible for a prime minister of a country like Canada to directly target another sovereign leader of another country without any proper valid reason. Also, uh, due to this, uh, the Canadian government also uh, suspended an Indian diplomat by showing that he is a raw agent, and he is interfering inside the internal affairs of the Canada. But so in response to that, India has also suspended a senior Canada diplomat and informed him to leave India within 5 days. So again, Canada responded by banning some of these trade agreement that are going to be occurred in the future. Now it is currently suspended by the government of Canada. And in response to that, India also um, cancelled the visa service for the Canada citizens as a temporary. response to the Canada's obligations. So basically, all this is going on in the recent future, in the recent past, and I think it is concern for both the nations, because India and Canada were not enemies. Like they were not enemies like India and Pakistan and India and China. India does not have any personal animosity with the Canada government. However, uh, the anti-national activities that is going on in the Canada government is not trying to control these activities, which is raising concern. Um, Now, I want to tell that why the Justin Trudeau government in the Canada is not taking any street action uh, against this Sikh extremist or the Khalistani extremist in the Canada. There is a reason to this. Basically, the total population of Sikh in Canada consists of only 2% of its total population. However, in the if we see the political scenario, then we find that these Sikhs, which consists of only 2% of the Canada's population, has a major contribution in the politics of the Canada. Now, why is it so? To explain this, I want to explain about the complete political system in Canada. It is slightly different from India. However, it is both are democratic country, India and Canada, and both follows this voting system. However, there is slight difference. In Canada, basically, in order to form a political party, the there is most so basically a community or a group of community come together with their participation numbers, with their supporters, in order to form a political party. And since the Sikhs which were living in Canada, and majority of them were Khalistanis, like majority of them support the view of Khalistan, uh, so they know each other and they form a community, due to which they have a complete support among each other. So due to which a Khalistani separatist in Canada named Jagmeet Singh formed a political party named National Democratic Party. Basically, the Trudeau government does not have a complete majority in Canada to form the government. The um, the political party which is formed by Jagmeet Singh is supporting or is collaborating with the Justin Trudeau in order for the sustenance of the Justin Trudeau government in Canada. So the Justin Trudeau could not take any decision against the Khalistani, which is taking against like the collaboration party of Jagmeet Singh. This would create chaos in the create chaos, and might Jagmeet Singh might withdraw himself from the collaboration of the Justin Trudeau government, which may lead to fall of the Justin Trudeau government. In order to in order to keep his political ambition, uh, in order to in order to remain in power, the Justin Trudeau government is taking enmity with one of the largest democratic countries of the world named India. So basically, this is the reason. And so now, what is going to occur in the future? So basically, we all want that the India-Canada relations should remain stable, and basically, India and Canada form a very great um, trade agreement, because Canada exports a lot of things to India, as well as India also exports a lot of things to Canada. There are millions of uh, Indian students residing in Canada pursuing their higher studies, and each year India students also apply to Canadian universities in order to pursue their higher education. So if there is a tension will occur between India and Canada, and if this will exist, then it might become difficult for these students. Suppose recently the Indian government has ordered of the cancellation of the temporary cancellation of the visa process for the Canada citizenship. So most of the Canada citizens who belong to Indian origin, if they come to India, they could not go back to Canada. So I think, and also India also exports a lot of natural gas as well as essential commodities from Canada, and also Canada's contribution of GDP majorly depends upon India. This is because Indian students who go to pursue their higher education in Canada contributes majority of their GDP. So I think the relationship between Canada and India was great, and I think it should. All these things should get resolved as quickly as possible. The uh, the Canada government should, the Canada also is an reason means it was an it is not a both these countries are great countries of the world and having a great power of the world. Now, China is also a member of the G7 as well as the G20, as well as also it has allies with US, UK, Australia. So I think both these countries should collaborate with each other. The problem needs to be solved. Canadian government should take strict action against these anti-national activities. They should not claim it as a freedom of expression or freedom of speech, because freedom of expression means we want to express our views. We have a democratic country. Basically, Canada is also following the same principle. However, uh, uh, demanding the separation of any country or carrying out violence activities is not considered as a freedom of speech or freedom of expression. So I think all these issues should be resolved as quickly as possible. So by this I want to conclude. Thank you.